Hello, I'm Brett Wilsey, and with me is Chase Wilsey. We're from Wilsey Asset Management. And welcome to today's Smart Investing Daily Briefing. Well, today we're talking about the U.S. car market and the economy. People are still kind of saying, oh, the economy's not doing that well and so forth. But look at annual car sales, 16 to 17 million on an annual basis. That's a lot of cars. That's a big, big part of the economy.
Yeah, that's a lot of cars. Can't believe that.
Yeah, and if you're not sure if that's big, look at 2009 when we sold 10.4 million cars. And the concern is this is not going to go on, that's over and so forth, but that's not true, is it?
Yeah, it's not true at all. And there's this concern, oh my gosh, millennials, they're just going to use Uber all the time. Well, millennials are such a big generation right now. There's 83.1 million moving up. Mm-hmm. They're born from 1982 to 2000. That's the millennial generation. And as I said, oh my gosh, they're going to use Uber. Well, think about it. If you're going to have a family, you're going to go to the supermarket. Oh, hold on, let me call the Uber real quick. Oh, I got my groceries. Hold on, I got to take it out.
Love the kids in.
I don't think that's going to happen. Those millennials, they're still going to need cars. And what the article talked about in Barron's was, when they're getting these families, that's when they're going out and buying these cars. So we're kind of seeing that move on a little bit later. And also, kind of surprised here, average car age on the road right now, 11.4 years. So all this concern, we're going to go from 16 to 17 million down to 10.4 million again. That's not going to happen. Cars are getting older. And big here, the trucks. Average age is older than 13 years. And why is that so good for the car makers? Because they have a higher profit margin on those trucks.
Right, so they're going to be replaced. I think it's going to go on for at least 2, if not 3 years of this level of car sales. So things are looking pretty good. So with that in mind, we thought, hey, let's look at a car maker. So we chose Ford. Symbol is F as in Ford. 52-week high, 16.10, low $10.44 intraday. And you can see it was up here. Now it's back down. So is Ford now a buy? Well, let's take a look at some of the numbers here for Ford. As we said, 2015 light vehicle sales, 6.6 million. That was just for Ford. So they got about a third of the market. They did pretty good there. Sales are up 3.8%. Earnings per share up 531%. And that is because they raised sales and cut their estimates. And also I want to point out here too, light vehicle sales, half of their sales now come from the U.S. The other half comes from China and Europe and a little bit of other things as well. So they're really diversifying their company.
Yeah, it sounds so good so far. So let's take a look at the balance sheet. Oh my gosh, debt to equity 464%. But surprise, it is a car company, so they have a financing department. So they kind of operate a little bit more like a bank. We actually took a look in their 10K, and their actual automotive debt to equity is only 45%. Very comfortable with that level of debt there. And then finally getting that target sell price going forward, or looking at the company on a forward basis going out to December 2017. Estimated earnings per share on a GAAP basis are $2.21. This gives us a forward PE of 6.2, well below that 40-year average of 16.5. Love to see that.
Great buy, and while you're waiting for this to go up, you get a 4.6% dividend. Not a bad yield, far better than the 10-year average. Well, let me ask you, are you happy with your investments? Are you happy with the return on your money? Maybe you're not happy with your current advisor. Well, we've been doing this for over 30 years. We'd love to talk to you. We do free consultations. We have conversations we talk about. Just come in and talk to us.
Yeah. Telephone number here is 858-546-4306, or you can contact us at our website, smartinvesting2000.com.